Now, live from Rogers, Arkansas, watching the Ozark skies from Walton and Walnut to Vanderbilt and the Fort. Here's the whiz of Oz weather, Garrett Lewis.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Good. Oh man. Technology is fun. I was fighting with Cox Cable earlier and I looked like trash this morning because I really haven't done anything but wake up because the kids were in bed. But anyway, it's storming. The bottom line is it's not that bad out there, although we have one severe thunderstorm warning. This stuff starts to end mid-morning, and then we get some stragglers later in the day. All right, so since you can hear me now, I think let's go to the radar and let's just look at what's going on and then what's next. So here's a look at that severe thunderstorm. This was issued. So criteria for severe weather is either hail that's like quarter size or winds at 60. That's the lowest. This was issued for, yeah, hail that's quarter size or winds to 60. So let's look in on this. You can see where Ozark is here. We've got some stronger storms that are moving through this area and that big blob that just moved through Fort Smith. By the way, have you seen this thing? This is looking westbound from Alma. So that's exit 13. So that's where you get off there on the right side, head towards Alma, go up the old Highway 71, or you can keep going straight and make your way to Van Buren. Of course, we're looking westbound now. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of lightning in Alma. Most of that stuff is out there over Ozark. But these storms are going to continue here at least through the morning drive for about the next hour or so. They'll lessen in intensity. The problem is, as they lessen, the roads are still going to be wet and people are still going to lose their mind as they drive on 49, 40, or 540. So expect delays this morning and expect delays out there at the bus stop as well. Let's get back to radar. I know that's what you want to see. So here's a look at how this is tracking. And then I'm going to look at, I'll zoom out and look at maximum estimated hail size first so you can get an idea where some of this hail is likely. And it looks like some of it fell, looks like right now, Ozark had some hail that moved through as well as Scranton. As far as the wind velocity goes, I see a burst of gusty winds. It looks like it happened. Right there, just northeast of Lavaca. We had some, man, that was some really strong winds there. That's probably why they issued that second warning. Let's see here. Yeah, and then that little box appeared, right? So, as of now, I don't see any there. There are some stronger winds starting to appear here, though, just south. This is not warned yet out there over Logan County. Wouldn't be surprised if a warning comes out on that, based on that line that's pushing to the southeast there. But some stronger wind speeds, it appears, here coming in on that gust front right behind the line as it moves into Logan County. Had 1 inch hail reported here north of Poto. And then a wide view shows a lot of noise, but not a lot of severe weather here across parts of Rogers and Bentonville. Let's go to a big picture view, get another close look at this. I was looking at this on Velocity after I rebooted the internet because it was fighting with me this morning too. Let's see here. There we go. All right, so this is a wide view of what's happening. So let's just take this thing and hit play. We also had some of those storms from this morning. You guys might have woken up to some of that stuff in Fort Smith early on in the day. That moved through early. That had a little bit more of a hail risk early. That was like 2 or 3 in the morning when that stuff started moving through. Did I hear loop? Let me see. Loop, play. There we go. So you can see this line that's moving east. So that whole area of rain that's out there near Tahlequah, near Tulsa, and then back down through southeast Oklahoma, that whole mess is sweeping east. So it's going to be a rainy morning. And despite the fact that the thunder is going to simmer down, it's not going to be quite as severe. It's still going to be loud. I'm still going to be really soggy with occasional claps of thunder here and there, but it won't be severe. And the tornado risk, it's super low. It's actually not even, they removed the whole tornado outlook for us for Western Arkansas. They picked it up around Pine Bluff today. So that's from the Storm Prediction Center. So there's not really a big risk of severe weather with any of this as far as, when you get into May, any of these storms really go bonkers. This is kind of benign for May. I'm probably going to jinx this by saying that, but overall, this isn't that bad of a storm that's moving through. Strongest part still there around Ozark and Alma and Clarksville, but moving to the north here, you can see some of these claps of thunder and heavy showers first moving into Elm Springs, then lifting north Boy, it was a wet second wettest on record for Fayetteville, and we're still getting more of this stuff as it moves in. Again, that's lifting northward Fayetteville up towards Elm Springs. Let me show you some of the places that are getting some of the heavy, heavy rain. Right now, that's just south of Bella Vista on the north side of Bentonville. So there's that big intersection near the Bella Vista bypass. The heaviest is just to the west of that. That appears to be right on Pumpkin Hollow Road. Man, beautiful country up there, isn't it? And that runs out to the east, out towards just north of Little Flock and Walnut Hill, and then moving back south, you get a little bit heavier rain here in the Fayetteville area. It picks up around Johnson. And really that interchange towards the Fulbright Expressway on North Gregg and Van Ash. This area is getting some heavier showers. New scan, let me back out a little bit. Nah, didn't really change that much. That's just south of Northwest Arkansas Mall, East Millsap. A little closer shows this thing right around East Oaks Manor, East Rosemont, East Hilldale. Again, east southeast side of Springdale or northeast side of Fayetteville, and it looks like out towards the university, it's kind of chilled out a little bit. So those are the two areas to watch here. Moving farther south, though, in Ozark, you get into the heavier showers just north of town there. That's out towards Watalula, up on 219 and Mountain Grove. And then in Clarksville, we also have some heavy storms that are about to move through. I know you guys can hear the thunder and lightning. This is around South Crawford Street that runs north and hits 40 right there near West Clark Road, and then moving farther north towards West Main Street. Clarksville, you guys are going to get slammed by this thing. By the way, it's not severe right now. Let's look at the trend. Probably is going to be severe eventually, though, just by looking at it. Let's take a look at the velocity on this. Not much wind. What about hail? Bet you we got something here. Yeah, we got a little bit of hail. Probably wouldn't be surprised if they do issue some kind of warning on that. Let's go to the other radar source real quick and look at this thing a little closer. So that looks like it's the strongest one to me right now, is the one that's moving into Clarksville. Again, not warned at the moment. Hail size on this, that's only one with hail. Like I said, quarter size is the minimum criteria. I'm showing 0.61 on this, so we're just shy of quarter size, it looks like. Coming into the Clarksville area. What about tornadoes? Nope. Don't see anything that indicates a tornado risk with this stuff. Let's see if I can fix these colors tables. That's still pretty strong winds right there. Loop this again. Nice little gust front there on the south side of that thing, huh? In there. And it looks like north of town. Let's see what's going on here. Perhaps some gusty winds right in this area near Mulberry. And then in Clarksville, the winds are, of course, the radar beam is a little higher there. We're shooting out from the Fort Smith radar site. And then in northwest Arkansas, these cells don't have any kind of rotation on them. You can see the gust front, though, as these things move through. See the little push, little red line there as the storms move north. Um, Green moving towards the radar, red moving away. So you can see the red pushing. Looks like that has come up a little bit in intensity right there up towards Seligman. Rainy morning too for Springdale and for Fayetteville with that line that's moving in. So when does this whole messy blob move on out? Let's see if we can load it. All right, we can. That's good. Some technology is working for me. Not all, just a little bit. This is a look at where we are now, and the color table really kind of sucks on this. It needs to be a little bit darker red, but whatever. You can get an idea for where the rain is. It's the non-hype color bank, but you can see the storms that are moving through Fort Smith, and this is 6, this is 7, 8, 9. By 9 o'clock, most of this is moving in towards Little Rock. But here's the thing: the front's lagging behind this, so I think we still have spotty showers. And I'll show you why here. And remember, this color bank's kind of simmered down a little bit, so these colors will be a little bit brighter. Um, that would be brighter on the radar when they move through later. This why don't we just fast forward here to noon or 1? There's noon. There's 1. See what I mean? See these like little stragglers coming through? We've still got some stuff that's out there. That's this afternoon coming up around where we at here? 7, 6, 5, 4, about 3 to 7 along that front. But these are more like passing showers, more of an annoyance compared to this blob that's moving through. So later on today, we're going to get a little bit more of that. And I think the weekend actually looks pretty good. So I'm not really worried about the weekend. In fact, it looks like it's going to be in really good shape compared to what we've seen. Let's go to this radar source one more time and back out of this thing here. And get another close look at it. So this is the line of showers and storms that's moving in. This is going to continue tracking to the east. Guys, get ready for a wet morning at the bus stop and a wild ride to work or school out there on I-49. Of course, it's like that every day, but it's worse because people from out of state don't know how to drive, especially all of you students that are watching from Texas that are at the University of Arkansas. We love you. It's not Dallas here. So you can slow down. It's okay. You don't have to tailgate me. You'll get there eventually. All those are moving north. It is a rainy morning. I'll keep an eye on it, but I got to go get cleaned up because this ain't gonna work. TV, we had to wear makeup. I hadn't even shaved, and I have glasses on, and I haven't even done my hair. So, cool. All right, guys. I'll see you guys a little bit later. Nice weekends ahead of us. May do a little bit more later on as things get a little bit bumpy. But it's been pretty chill here in Western Arkansas this year as compared to Eastern Arkansas. It seems like Northeast Arkansas up there in Jonesboro, out there around where Ryan Vaughn is, man, they've had a lot more bad weather than we have on the western and northwestern side of the state. And it looks like that's going to be the case with this one too. Actually, the tornado risk is higher closer to Mississippi and Tennessee today. But a rainy morning for us, so look out there on the roadways. Be careful and have a wonderful weekend. We've got like double headers out the wazoo because it's rained way too much. So last night it was a soccer game and then lacrosse practice, and then this weekend it's lacrosse doubleheader, soccer early. Um, yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend with the kids. But at least it's turf. The kids are spoiled with turf now. I always liked playing in the mud back in the day whenever I could, when I was playing high school football. Of course, that was back in Alma when we had wooden bleachers in the beginning, and if you sat down, you got a splinter right in your butt. That's no fun. All right, guys, make it a great Friday. We'll see you guys back here next time.